batsman as he comes back in after injury problems, replacing Shane Warne as captain, although Warne is obviously still in the 11, and it'll be Damien Martin who steps down for Waugh. So the line-up is Waugh, Gill, Graham Hick, Neil Fairbrother, and then the man who's perhaps a little fortunate to still be in the side, Adam Hollioake, Mark Elam, Robert Croft, and here's the change, Ashley Giles, the slow left-armer from Warwickshire, a batsman on a fair dawn in the SCG, particularly for Alex Stewart, who won the toss and chose to bat and will cross to the action. The umpires today, Darryl Hare, and also an opportunity to see one of the youngest first-class umpires in the game, Simon Taufel of Australia. 28 years old, he'll be 29 in just 4 days' time. And our commentator at the SCG is Bill Laurie.
The stage is set for what should be a ripper of a game here. A big one for England to hit back. And a good pitch. McGrath taking the ball at the members' end. Nick Knight is on strike. Stewart at the non-strikers' end. Conditions ideal for one-day international. Stewart with the good strike rate. His partner, Moradasha, at the other end. Nick Knight. And for Knight, there's 2 slips in. And a ring of 3 inside the circle on the offside, a third man. Gone. Oh, poor shot, good delivery. Nick Knight just giving the keeper some catching practice.
Yes, well, it didn't take Dan McGrath long to strike here this evening again, or this afternoon again, did it? That's a big blow. Nick Knight is a dangerous player for England. Let's see if we can pick up the movement here. It's way outside off stump. Looked like a pretty straight ball to me. Even thought he was trying to get his bat out of the way at the end of the day. Just slanted away, and that's the end of one of England's openers. So a bad start for England and a very good one for Australia. Once again, McGrath doing the damage. Port Gilchrist bowled McGrath for a duck. That's 1 for 1.
Graham Hick at number 3 for England. A great start by McGrath once again. He's broken through the top order. Oh, he's beaten Hick as well. Perfect line, Hick fiddling outside the off stump.
Well, there's a bit of pace in this pitch. Just watch this last delivery. He just moved off the pitch a little bit, but he's bat again. He wasn't quite sure what to do, and he opened the face of the bat. You're probably lucky he did, actually, because it just beat the outside edge.
Good shot.
That was nicely played. Just a little off line. Long boundary that side. Oh, well thrown.
Cracking shot. Short, he put it away.
Well, no ball called as well, and Stewart's been looking for a shot like that for a while. Just outside off stump, he really does look to cut the ball away through that area. And he got his chance there, and he executed the shot very well. It was 4 all the way.
It's now a change of bowling from the members' end. It's Damien Fleming to bowl to Alex Stewart.
That's nicely struck well over the covers. Second boundary for the England captain.
Yes, welcome to the bowling crease, Damien Fleming. A gentle loosener, wide of off stump, gave him a bit of width, and Alex Stewart said, "Thank you very much. I'll have 4 runs for that."
Edged and gone. Adam Gilchrist gets his second catch. This time it's the England captain.
Well, excellent line. That's all it was. It may have been a fraction of a way movement, but a good line, good length. Alex Stewart looking to repeat the shot he played early in the over for that drive through the offside. More of a conventional drive in this time. Just a fraction of movement away, and probably that's a little bit extra pace. Got the outside edge. At the end of that over, it's 2 for 39.
Nasser Hussain, who was successful the other night in Melbourne. I thought he was the best of the England batsmen. He played a lot more calmly than the rest of them, and he scored at a good rate. Held the innings together for a while, and once he went, pretty well all hope was gone for England. Slow ball and well picked by Graham Hick.
Yeah, excellent shot. It was a slower ball from Damien Fleming, and I think, judging by his reaction, he's probably ruining the fact that he bowled the slower ball this time. But definitely well picked and well hit. And just went with the ball. I think it might have been the off spinner. He's picked it up over backward square leg. It's the off spinner, slow as he just picked it up nicely. Just went with it. Excellent shot.
It's got to be close. Adam Dale is never far away.
This must have been very close. Adam Dale bowled stump to stump, as we've said a number of times. Maybe just going down leg side, but that is very, very close.
Bowling, chipper, great work.
And that time he actually does find the gap on the leg side for that single he's been trying for the last 2 or 3 balls.
Just clearing Steve Waugh at square leg. He may have just got a touch on that because the ball is going to pull up just inside the boundary. I guess having just had a hamstring problem, he doesn't want to make it worse in leaping, but only just got a finger on that.
It's the ball just slightly short of a length, but a powerful pull shot, hit very well. Yes, just at the top of the fingers. It may have actually burst through the hands. Not the sort of catch you want to get first up after having a week on the sidelines with a hamstring injury. But that just shows that his hamstring's fine. We'll get him back in the game.
One thing I can underline for you is that the Australians will have to field better than that if they're to keep England down below the 230 mark. Straight down the ground, good shot. Just went straight through the ball. That's a good shot. That will go to the boundary down at log on. Beautifully executed stroke. No outfield for Warne straight down the ground. Although there is a man deep at point, one at deep square and one at deep backward square. First over for Warne, and 7 from it, 2 for 88.
This broadcast of the World Series of Cricket is brought to you by Pepsi.
Pepsi. 1, 2, 3. Pepsi.
1, 2, 3.
Make your choice.
Pepsi, Maria.
ESPN spans the globe this February to bring you the world of sports. It will be the most important series in a decade. Pakistan's Tour of India, test matches, one-day internationals, live and exclusive. Winning moments of India, the drama, the excitement, the triumphs from last year's one-day tournaments. The countdown to the Cricket World Cup continues with World Cup Finals 1975 to 1992, the matches that are now part of cricket legend. From Spain, the Primera Liga, live coverage and game highlights of the nation's #1 game. Big names, big games. All the action continues to come your way with English Premier League. It's the ultimate in professional snooker, ESPN World Snooker, showcasing the game's best players. There's something for every sports fan this February on ESPN.
2 for 94 from 23 overs at the moment. Shane Warne to bowl, and I have Stuart McGill in the which troubled Hussain. And that's very well swept and saved. It's a good piece of work by the two of them. In the end, it was Lehman who did the fielding. So it looks as though the batsmen are going to concentrate on the sweep and the stroke down the ground against Warne.
That brings up the 100. So 2 down for 100. And the run rate now is nudged up to over 4. So they're starting to rectify things, these two. Hick is on 48 and Hussain 28. And that's nicely played away on the onside by Hick, and he gets himself 1, and that brings up his half-century. Well, that's a good way to start, get the half-century up. And what he's got to do here now is kick on and make 100.
Yes, that's one thing that's been lacking for England right throughout the summer. Top order batsmen converting decent scores.
Oh, he plays that pull shot well. He smashed that one bounce into the fence. So strong he is. Once again, Shane Warne just a little bit short with what looked like his flipper, and he was onto that and smashed it really hard. In fact, Hussain plays the shot. It's really hard. One bounce and over the fence. There's a sweep again, and he just got a finger on that one. Actually did pretty well, because that would have been 4. And Mark Warnock just managed to get a hand on it. So I think if it's going to happen to him, it's going to happen on this square. He misfielded the ball twice. The square here is pretty rough, although he does adjust better than most to bad bounces. You can see here he has a little glance straight down at the pitch. Can't believe the fact that one's got through him. And on the other side of the wicket, this one here, he just didn't get down to it. But again, the square is doesn't come back nearly as well as some of the others do, and quite a lot of old pitches and follow-through marks out there. Off the edge, and that'll fly away to the boundary. This outfield's pretty quick, and anything that hits the edge and goes into that vacant slip Gordon area is always going to be a good chance of going to the fence. Straight to mid-off. Julian does the fielding. He's out there as the substitute. 2 for 131. Always hit that one on the up, and this will take a bit of stopping. No, it won't. It'll go all the way. That's lovely placement, and that's his first half-century in one-day international cricket. That'll be a relief for Nasser Hussain, and it couldn't come at a better time for England either.
This is quite amazing that in 20 innings, that is his first half-century in a one-day international. Good strike rate. There's no reason why he shouldn't make a lot more half-centuries and even go on to bigger things.
Over the top, not quite off the meat of the bat, and it'll probably be cut off down there. Yes, it is, but that gives them the 100 partnership. And boy, did they need a 100 partnership. They were in real trouble, England, and these two have put together a partnership which has got them right back on track.
Yes, a good steady score in the region between 225 and 240. Will take some getting. Pitch is being used for the second time, helping the bowlers a little more than it did the other night. If England bowl well with the score up around the 240 mark, it could be a very competitive match.
It's well fielded by McGrath. Well, almost well fielded. He was heading for 4. He managed to get a hand to it, and he's not happy he didn't get the middle finger. 119 kilometres, that one. Oh, well bowled. What a good Yorker that was. And good running between the wickets as well. That'll frustrate McGrath. 9 runs from that over. And what a good Yorker that was. 2 for 142.
3 men inside the circle, fairly square for Bevan. Cuts late. That's a beautiful shot. Gets past Fleming. He's running down the hill to go very close to before. I'm happy with 3. That brings Graham Hick on strike. Hick has been a big disappointment to me this year. He's a beautiful striker. The boy's got 100 first-class hundreds, but he gets out with leading edges and cuts too close to his body. But today, he's fought. That's what he can do. He's a big hitter. That's a big pull shot. One bounce into the fence, the longest boundary on the ground. Superb stroke.
Yes, I agree entirely, Bill. I think I'd like to see Graham Hick do much more of that. He's a very good striker, and the reason he scored 100 first-class hundreds is because he hits the ball hard. That one's a short, rank, long hop, and Graham Hick throws everything at that. So one bounce into the longest part of the ground, into the fence out there. But that's what he's got to do more of. I think he tries to play the dicky shots too much.
Oops, he chips us. Would have been a soft out, wouldn't it? He chipped it to mid-wicket. It fell short. Just a bit too casual. He's got enormous talent. Fell short of pointing at mid-wicket. Tommy thrashes it through the offside. McGrath will clean up at deep cover. Two for 166. Graham Hick on 71. That's Hussain on 68. Good scoring rate, recovering from 2 for 39. Warren continues around the wicket. It's that fine. Julian off field. We're talking about Graham Hick. In fact, Ian Chappell mentioned earlier, he doesn't seem to learn from his mistakes and play of his experience. And that's not a criticism, it's just a fact. There's a very casual shot here. Rolling the wrist today, he got away with it. At Melbourne, and Fleming was bowling when he was on 3, if my memory's correct. It's down to long off a single. A man with 100 hundreds and strike rate in the 70s in one-day games. He gets out some strange ways.
He does get some strange ways, and that ball that viewers back at home just saw was the ball after he hit the boundary. And there was no need for that shot. It was a good delivery.
That's not a bad hit. That's a big one. That's gone up to the 3rd tier, the 2nd tier. Oh, big six. He's a powerful brute. Superb stroke.
That's a short boundary out there, but that would have gone over the long boundary by a long way as well. That is a big strike. Shane Warne's been bowling around the wicket, trying to get him to sweep, and Graham Hick says, well, I'm not going to worry about sweeping anymore. I'm just going to pick that up and put that up about 10 or 12 rows back on the 2nd tier. So that's a big strike.
Pulled it again. This time Ponting's got a big chase and he won't get it. Oh, he is a powerful man, isn't he? He puts the bad balls away. And he's informed Graham Hick. A joy to watch. Big, strong man, a good puller and cutter.
Michael Bevan's bowled 2 short balls in this over. The first one cost him 2. A nice pull shot placed by Nasser Hussain. That one's cost him 4.
So you can reckon they're looking at something around about 240 at least, probably 250 and possibly more.
They've run well, this pair. And now there'll be an overthrow. So the 200 is up for England in the 40th over. He's employed that shot well this afternoon. A few times he's reached that long boundary. It's 2 for 210. Well, that's well struck. Beautifully hit.
Well, both these batsmen are lovely, free-flowing players. Once you give them a little bit of room and they can swing with their arms free, they are very good. And they've done that well today. They've carried the attack to the Australians right from the word go. There hasn't been the business of going berserk with the bat.
Lehman can't get there.
moment, Darren Lehman was stumbling a little.
Well played. Third one-day international 100 for Graham Hick.
And again, it's well done. That's a good comeback from Damien Fleming. Nasser Hussain has fallen 7 short of his century.
He's used the Yorker well this summer, Damien Fleming. He's used it in Test match cricket and also in the one-day international. He's a really confident bowler at the moment. He's at the top of his form, and as well as the Yorker, he just gets a little bit of movement, a little bit of late-in swing. That's a good innings from Nasser Hussain. He's provided good support for Graham Hick. It's 3 for 229. Damien Fleming with 2 wickets. Inside edge, and it's got past the keeper and away to the boundary. Highest score for Graham Hick in a one-day international. In fact, he's given that buys. Sounded like an edge to me. That might hurt. It's a no ball called by the bowler's end umpire, Simon Tormwell. In fact, both umpires have got their arms out. Damien Fleming has come down to apologise to Graham Hick. Don't think Hick was all that interested in the apology.
Moderately.
Well, that is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And you can see the bowler's hands went straight to his head. Damien Fleming going down to apologise. That was a doodle bug. Hick coming for 2. It's well run.
That was on Graham Hick before he realised it. Fleming was looking for the Yorker again, as he has been all the way through. Gives it the sorry, but it comes as a great shock to the batsman when suddenly the ball's appearing just alongside his jawline.
He's moved a long way across, and umpire Torfel says he's in front. So the end of a very, very good innings from Graham Hick. Could well be a match winner for England. He's come good just at the right time for England, scoring his 3rd one-day international 100.
They desperately needed someone to stand up and play a big innings. That's Plum LBW. You can see leg stump there. And in this case, it was Graham Hick who stood up, and he's gone through for a magnificent 108.
Oh, he's hit that one high in there. That's a very big hit. That'll go all the way. What a good shot. 3 or 4 rows back, way over the wide long on boundary. Fairbrother does play this game well.
Tremendous stroke from Neil Fairbrother there off Glenn McGrath. McGrath probably once again going for the Yorker, but just drags it down a fraction, and it becomes that perfect length to free the arms and swing through, and hits it clean as a whistle. And that's once again over the fence. You don't see Glenn McGrath go for too many sixes. And there's one of them right there.
Slower delivery. This is in the air, going down to deep long on. One bounce down there to Blewett. Another 2. They can't quite get it away. I think Adam Holyoake would be just a little disappointed with this one, although it is a slower ball, a little hard to get away. And you could see the ball spinning in the air, bowled like an off-cutter, that one.
I think from
go in this innings. Oh, he's hit that one like a rocket. That's a beautiful shot. Given himself a little bit of room, which a lot of the players do towards the end of matches these days. And he's hit it right in the meat of the bat, over extra cover, and it's gone straight down to the boundary.
I think when Adam Holyoake came in, we suggested he was a little bit out of form, but this short little innings here is proving very, very fruitful for the English players. He's now 20 runs off only 13 balls. That's his second boundary.
This is the last ball of the innings. And he wants two here as well. Back for the second. In comes the throw. Well, that's a good performance. 13 off the last over.
And 82 for 4 off their 50 overs, and so much owing there to Graham Hick and Nasser Hussain, their 190-run partnership. When England were 2 for 39, they might have thought that they were in for a low score, but those two really played supremely well. And
Aaron Goff is the man, just starting off, just limbering up out there. 283 is the asking total. That will create a new record if the Australians can do it. If they can't do it, then England will be on their own at the top of the Carlton United.
Which is a huge total. And then again here last Wednesday against Sri Lanka, 260 to win, and it was 260 scored pretty comfortably and only the loss of 2 wickets. So that'll give them some confidence, Australia.
Goff going around the wicket to Gilchrist. That's interesting. Leg slip and slip in. And the reason why they're probably doing that is he's been bowled twice by left armers. Alan Malari and Indavas knocked him over. In the air and safe. They'll go for 4. A wide delivery and well played.
Darren Goff is an attacking bowler, and there's absolutely no doubt about what Adam Gilchrist is. He's an attacking batsman.
Gone! Well caught. Very well caught. Nasser Hussain at backward point. It was good bowling. The angle cramped him up. Hit it well enough. Superb catch.
Well, that's a result of a bit of planning from England. They obviously realised that Gilchrist is a danger man. Very little room for him to cut there, and he's been caught a couple of times around that region. So good planning by England, and the bowler was able to produce exactly the right delivery. Gilchrist is gone. It's 1 for 9.
Good hit. Well timed, hitting on the up.
Nothing wrong with Mark Waugh's hand if he can play shots like that. Had to go off and have his left thumb bandaged after a bit of an accident in the field. That really was a very, very good drive, very straight.
Big edge, could go for 4. Does.
And Mark Waugh looking for the drive. Just got a slightly thick edge. And it was enough to race away to the boundary. Quite a good delivery. It just moved away. That's what caused it to catch the outside edge.
Just a little bit of width for Mark Waugh. He's in tremendous touch. It's a better shot. Beautiful.
He's paid a heavy price, Darren Goff, for a couple of wide-ish deliveries. Mark Waugh's in excellent form. We talked about the brilliant century of Adam Gilchrist the other night, but Mark Waugh's in pretty consistent form at the moment.
Gone! He's caught in. Good sharp catch. Good line and length from Goff. It takes the catch. Conning's gone.
Well, the back exercises worked. He was flexible enough to move to his left and take that catch. It was a very thick edge. Ball flew quickly. Good line and very good length on that occasion. A difficult ball to drive. And Graham Hick moved well to his left. So Darren Goff has got the couple of early wickets that England needed, doing a terrific job for his team. It's 2 for 36.
Darren Lehman, the new batsman, comes to the crease because Ponting's gone. And when we look at this replay, really it was a keeper's catch. Captain Alex Stewart never moved and Hick went to his left.
Yes, when the right-hand batsman's on strike, first slip really shouldn't be taking too many catches on his left hand. That one did fly quickly from Ricky Ponting. It was a very good length delivery and just enough movement, the right amount of movement.
Oh, well fielded. That's Nasser Hussain fielding like a man possessed.
Hasn't had too bad a day, has he? Excellent. Great catch early on and tremendous fielding. And really does. Darren Goff, if anyone, deserves a bit of support like that in the field. Hasn't had much this summer.
Really strong batting lineup. Warne and Fleming, all capable of hanging in there with one of the batsmen. So all they've got to do is get themselves within striking range. Oh, good shot. He's hit that one away square. Beautifully hit. He really is a powerful man, Lehman, and when he gets onto them, well, they stay hit. In the air and on the half volley. Oh, so close.
It's not bad. Let's have a look. Tell you what, Mark Waugh has his hands up. Oh, he's actually dropped it. It did carry. Well, that is a let-off. We all thought it was taken up in the half volley. Actually dropped catch.
Yes, that was my first reaction as well, but it wasn't just a drop catch. It carried easy. And he was just a bit low with his hands.
I think that was the problem, Greggy, when you watch it. I think he's actually thinks it's not going to carry as much as it has. He's going to try and get under it, and he actually hits him around the wrists.
And another single comfortably played behind square. Right, just to give you some idea of how this match is going, that was an interesting build-up, this England innings. That's the blue. They scored 81 in the last 10 overs. Right, so that was the difference, really. Unbelievable. So that took them up to a run rate of 5.66. They built it up all the way up to 5.66. So that red line now represents what Australia have to do. And so currently Australia have dropped down to this area here. They're just over 4 now. And so really the challenge is to get that yellow line up there as near as they can to the red one. Not necessarily here by the time they get to the end of the match. Into the gap straight away. Nicely played. They'll be looking for 3. Will they get one on the throw? Doubt it. 2 round the wicket. Always hit that one into the gap on the offside. Down the wicket went Mark Waugh. He went through with that one. It was uppishly hit, but right into the gap, and it's gone for 4. That'll relieve the pressure a little. Oh, it's another good shot over the top. Down towards the extra cover boundary. Don't worry running for that one. It's gone.
Well, that's a better shot than the one before. This one he's actually hit on the top of the bounce. He's had to judge it, and he's judged it magnificently. Just watch this. Comes down, and he's hit that. Probably 3 feet off the ground.
It's a lovely stroke. Nothing better than a late cut played with such elegance.
Oh, it's interesting that it's probably Ashley Giles' best ball of his spell so far. Fractionally wide, but Mark Waugh just used that to fullest advantage. A lovely late cut. So he was only probably 3 or 4 inches wide of off stump, and Mark Waugh pounced on it. Just shows you at the moment he's in tremendous touch, and he can't afford to make even the smallest of errors against him.
That is a beauty. Graham Hick hit one earlier, and it went about 15 rows back off Shane Warne. That is a lovely way to bring up your half-century.
One thing I always wanted to do, Richie, was to bring up my 50 with a 6. I can't ever remember doing it. There must be no better way of doing it. A lovely shot, just timing. It wasn't a big swing, just a lovely timed shot. 50 runs.
Oh, yeah.
2 for 84.
Croft gets Mark Waugh's Hollyoaks aware. That's a big wicket for England. Opens up the game again. Mark Waugh, superb innings of 85 off 95. 3 for 151. Captain Steve Waugh playing his 250th one-day international. Well, Hollyoak gets two, change of pace. He chipped it straight to mid-off, and all of a sudden, England back in the hunt. In fact, they're on top.
They are. A change of pace has done it. And from feeling desolation at one stage, England now are right on top again. 2 quick wickets. Good slower ball, deceived Steve Waugh completely, and taken by Darren Gough out there at mid-off. 152 for 4 now. Steve Waugh, a first ball.
Michael Bevan at the crease because the Waterings has gone in 3 deliveries. And 3 for 1. We come back to the second. He's coming back. Slow hits, he would have been out, I would have said. I think he would have been out, run out, hit the stumps at the other end. Where was the man backing up? Oh, it's all happening. All of a sudden, it's 4 for 155. Look at this. Oh, I think he might have been just in. Lehman cuts, does it well. Should bring up the 50 if they run 3, and they will. Fine innings from Darren Lehman. It's well played.
That's good innings from Darren Lehman. He was under pressure because he's missed out in recent games because of his hamstring injury. Then didn't get a hit down in Melbourne.
Sweep shot, and it's into the gap. It bounces, does it? Into the fence. Split the 2 men at backward square leg and mid-wicket. Lehman, well struck.
Oh, and a little stutter there. That would have been out by miles. Right, well, there was a great opportunity for a run out. Plenty of time to steady oneself there. Nasser Hussain, he tried to get rid of it too quickly, I think. Missed the stumps by miles.
It's an unnecessary run, isn't it?
Always hit that one, and what a shot. Whipped it away on the onside, and Gough can't believe it. Always got that away fine. That's well played. Bevan is doing what he does so well. Works it around the ground, and he's got that one away down a fine leg for 4. Lovely straight hit down the ground. I think they'll settle for 1 here. Bevan will retain the strike. And it's 4 for 200. Bowl him. That's a magnificent delivery. Right up in the block hole. Beautiful fast ball. 130 Ks. Right up there. And he's gone through the defences of Lehman. And Lehman out-bowled Mullally for 76. That is good bowling.
This is terrific bowling. And Lehman not happy, but just watch this ball. Late reverse swing in. That's the perfect in-swinging Yorker. And Mullally does it again. He really has come on leaps and bounds in this tour. He and Gough are the first 2 names you put on that England team sheet. Darren Lehman goes 76 from just 87 deliveries. It's now 5 for 203.
That's well played too. That's going flying away down to the boundary for 4. What a good shot. Oh, he's hit that one over the top as well. That's a magnificent shot. 1 bounce into the fence for 4.
Got him! Wow, Giles strikes. It's all happening. The big wicket for England. And that three may have made the difference. Giles bowls Blewett. Here comes Blewett. Takes middle stump. Blewett's gone for 32 off 33 balls faced.
Yes, as we mentioned, he's bowled very, very well on this spell. He's got the ball very full.
He's hit it to Wong on. They take a single. They won't even come back for the second, so Bevan wants the last ball. Giles. It's a big win for England. They go to the top of the table. Australia were grand in their chase, but they weren't quite good enough. And full credit to the skipper. He brought on the spinner and he did the job, Mark.
He did an excellent job. Hats off to Alex Stewart. He put the bit between the teeth. He had a lot of choices to who to bowl at the end there. Robert Croft, maybe Graham Hick. He went with his spinner. He went with his front line spinner. The guy put in specifically.
They fall short by 7 runs, 275 for 6, despite some great batting yet again by Michael Bevan. We were all saying here in the studio how many times have we seen Michael Bevan in that sort of situation, but today not quite enough. And the remark I made earlier about the 25 extras on England's batting score, now prophecy comes true, because that was almost the difference there. If they'd just managed to keep the extras down, Australians would have been home and dry.
Whistled in.